Well, what happened was... Oh, that's my nose. Hey guys, how's it going? It is the very end of the day, and as you guys are seeing this, I actually am no longer at home. I am going to be in Southern California for a YouTube event that is happening. I think what I'm going to do is try to film a little bit of a video, and I'm going to upload that over the weekend, and there are mosquitoes flying around. And so it might just be a bonus video if I can get any footage. It's not anything super exciting. It's just a small YouTube event. I think that there's probably gonna be like 150 creators there. So it's very, very small, and it is not garden related. So if I film anything, it'll be a little bonus video. So all these videos you guys are actually gonna see this week are going to be recorded very, very early. So with that also, I wanted to say that my Power Planter coupon code is actually valid till the end of the month. They extended that for you guys because they saw a bunch of people enjoying that and using it. So we extended it to the very end of the month. So if you are still on the fence about getting one, highly recommend it, especially after having them in my garden for the last couple weeks now. Game changer. I know that they are very, very pricey, so I'm hoping that that coupon code helps just a little bit. And with a coupon code, I also decided that we should do a sale on the merchandise. So we're going to do, ignore the bugs that I'm swatting away. So we're going to do 15% off of all of the merchandise in the store right now. So anything that is left is 15% off. We are sold out of quite a few items right now, but there are some things left, and we are sold out of a few sizes. So if you've been wanting merchandise, check out the website, visit ourgarden.blog, and no coupon code is needed. It's just going to be an automatic 15% off, and we always offer free shipping. So now let's get into the questions, the Q&A, and last week's videos. Last week was how many birds will our aviary hold? My favorite Amazon finds, which was such a fun video, and I'm so glad that you guys liked that video. Staining concrete for a second life, planting a small kale hedge, and new garden bed hand pulling the Bermuda grass. So it was a very good week. It was really, really nice. We got some projects done, and the new garden bed is looking so good. I cannot wait for you guys to see. We've already done some more planting, and it's filling out. It's really nice, and I have more plants. I forgot to tell Brent that plants were coming. You guys will enjoy this. 2 huge boxes of plants showed up, and I totally forgot to tell him that they were coming. I kind of forgot that they were coming myself, and I was in the front yard doing something, and the sprinklers kicked on. He was doing irrigation. I was like, hey, can you turn the irrigation off? I'm up here. And I was trying to unbox everything, and I was gonna hide all the boxes and just pretend like the pile just grew and I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, he caught me red-handed. Anyways, let's get into it. So last week, the very first video was the Q&A. How many birds will our aviary hold? And is YouTube randomly unsubscribing you? YouTube has been randomly unsubscribing, and I've had a ton of you guys saying that YouTube unsubscribed you. So if you checked last week and you were unsubscribed and you resubscribed, thank you. And if you haven't checked, I would love it if you check to make sure that you're still subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe today's the day that you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I don't know why it's unsubscribing people, but a lot of you guys had said that. The first question on that video was from Allie, and she had said, hi Robbie, thank you again for a great Q&A. I am always so impressed with how you answer some of the questions. My question today is, are you sitting under the alder tree? Do you know what variety it is? I think you have mentioned it many times, so I'm sorry to ask again. Thank you. Don't ever be sorry for asking a question. I will gladly answer them over and over again. I mean, like the one that I get all the time is my watering wand. But yes, we were sitting under the alder tree. That is that tree right there. It is a white alder, and it is my favorite tree. It's more a nostalgia tree for me. And I just think they're really beautiful. This one's only a couple years old, and we did buy that one bare root. So highly recommend an alder tree if you're wanting something that grows fast and gets to a really good size. It's a really pretty tree. I mean, look at that. I do come in and I kind of like limb up the canopy just a little bit though. There's actually a pine tree right here that you can't see because I planted it so that it would hide the pine tree, because it's a jack pine and it goes up and then it goes and it leans right over our house. It's so ugly. It's so bad. Let me. Oh, that's my nose. So there's the alder tree. There's the pine tree. It's great. The next question on that video is from Tammy, and she had said, hi Robbie, I know someone mentioned to paint your Hoselink, but have you considered buying a cover that they sell? it would cost less than buying a whole new Hoselink. Well, we really could have just used the extra Hoselink. That's another reason that we bought one. And I had considered buying the cover, but realistically, all of their covers have patterns on them, and I just didn't like the way they looked. And I also wanted the hose itself to be the charcoal color. So that's why I got the other two beige ones, and maybe I'll buy a cover for those ones, but they also do kind of disappear with the color of our house. So the colors that we've got for them, I mean, they only come in 2 colors, but those colors actually work out really beautifully for our property because our property is black and white, and the Hoselinks are like charcoal and like a cream color. So it still does disappear for us, but I think the covers are a great idea. And somebody said that they reached out to Hoselink, and Hoselink said don't paint their hose reels, which I had said, don't paint your hose reels. It probably will chip, and if you are going to do it, maybe do automotive paint, but do it at your own risk. So, I mean, like I said, do it at your own risk. Do everything at your own risk. It's gardening. It's not that serious. The next question on that video was from Marlene, and she had said, have you tried Barkeeper's Friend? Have you tried Barkeeper's Best Friend for your window? I think it's just Barkeeper's Friend, right? I think it's a miracle product. I would try the powder. Brent! Help!
About it when I got home, and then I forgot again.
Will you dry off the camera lens?
I totally forgot. Oh my god. It was like spraying.
It sprayed directly at me. Whew.
That got my attention.
Yeah, really woke me up. Okay. I'm soaking wet. Like, that was a lot of water. We forgot the sprinklers were going off, obviously. Anyways, yes, we actually have Barkeeper's Friend. We have the powder in the liquid form, and we love it. We use it on our glass cooktop. It's amazing. I use it on like the copperware that we have, or like hardware, like the pans that like have like hard burn on them. I love Barkeeper's Friend. We have tried it on the window. It didn't work. Somebody just said that they used, it's called the pink stuff, one of my clients today, and he said that it worked really, really well. He said that he used a drill bit, or a drill with like a foam pad on it, and he used the pink stuff, and he said that that worked absolutely amazing. So I might try it. It was like $7 on Amazon, and I kind of thought it was like a gimmick product, but he said it worked really, really well. So I think I might just try that. We have tried vinegar. We have tried Barkeeper's Friend. We have tried, there's this other stuff that my grandmother gave us. I can't remember what it's from. I think she got it from like QVC or something like that. That didn't work. What else have we tried?
I've tried CLR.
CLR. We've tried CLR. We've tried everything to get rid of hard water. It is bad here. Oh, we tried the pink stuff?
I tried pink stuff at our wedding.
Oh, he said he tried it for the wedding. It doesn't work. Okay, never mind. I won't be trying that. We already tried it. Yeah, so I think we just need like professional grade acid or something like that to be able to like get rid of it. The next question on that video is from S. Mirda, and they had said, will you get any more Not My Rooster hats? Thanks. I don't think I'm gonna bring any more than Not My Rooster hats. I think I'm gonna kind of slow down on merchandise, and I think the only thing that I'm gonna do is a fall pre-order, so probably in the next maybe month or so for like Christmas time. I'm thinking that I'm gonna do a pre-order of either long sleeves or hoodies, probably just one or the other, and that way I can just do a Visit Our Garden. I'm going to do like a simple Visit Our Garden logo. I might just do just the willow tree with Visit Our Garden like on the back or something like that. I still need to design it, but I want to do just a pre-order. That way I'm not sitting on a bunch of merchandise. So that's why merchandise is also 15% off for the next week. So no, I won't be getting any more than Not My Rooster hats. Maybe down the road as the channel continues to grow and gets bigger. I just think of 24,000, it is a lot of people subscribed, which thank you for being here. But I don't think that at that number, it just handles doing a ton of merchandise. So we're gonna keep it very minimal now. And the last question on that video is from Lisa, and she had said, are wild birds feed the babies bugs? What do your baby birds eat in your aviary? Do they have bugs in it to feed? They don't. Zebrafinch are actually primarily grain eaters, so they mostly eat grain, and same with the babies. We have actually put mealworms in there, and they had zero interest in them. It does, like we've read online that like sometimes they will be interested in mealworms and sometimes they'll be interested in fruit. We've put watermelon, we've put cucumbers, we've put apple, and we have put mealworms in there, and they had zero interest in that. So we just stick with grain, and then for little treats, they get millet, and they really, really love millet. They'll clean a whole thing of millet in a matter of a couple hours. So that's kind of a little treat that they get as millet. So they just stick with like finch food and millet for treats. The next video that we did was my Amazon finds and planting bleeding hearts. And I'm so glad that you guys liked that because I had so much fun filming that. And I am already planning to do another one. I was actually talking to one of my friends, her name is Chai Ming, and she has a Instagram called Coastal Homestead, and she's just starting up her YouTube called Coastal Homestead. And she focuses primarily on like landscape with like food. So she does like more edibles and stuff like that. And she's really good at it. She has like a ton of interest in it. And she's also a landscape designer in the LA area. I was talking to her about this Amazon thing and she was like, why don't you call it Robbie Recommends? And I was like, oh my gosh, genius. So after you guys really liked it, and I was talking to her about it, I think we're gonna start calling it Robbie Recommends, and maybe like once a month or every 3 weeks or something like that, I'll throw out a video of like things that I recommend, and they don't have to be garden related, they're just gonna be everything related. First question on that video was from Kim, and she had said, I used your link for the candle both yesterday and today, but I'm unable to order. I think it might say out of stock, but the lettering is so light, it's barely noticeable. Is it just me? They sold out so fast. And so I am sorry about that. I was thinking about possibly ordering more because we really like them. We have burned through, I think like 4 of them, 5 of them. We have burned through 5 of them. We really love this candle. It's literally our favorite scent that we have ever smelled. Well, also it's right up there with the Anthropology one. What is that one called? Volcano. The Anthropology Volcano. Like we have like luxury taste in candles, I guess. And so the Mama's Kitchen and Volcano, top tier for smells. So I think that that's something that we may reorder again for like December. I mean, we burn it year round. I'll burn that candle whenever, but it definitely smells like fall. So we might reorder another couple cases of those because they're just really good. They're so good. But if you guys can't get them from us, you can also get them from Antique Candle Co. That is the company that does make them. We were just able to like wholesale them. So if you can't get them from us because we are sold out, check out Antique Candle Co. They're a small woman-owned business in Lafayette, Indiana. So yeah, you're still shopping small. Antique Candle Co. too, they do like little sample boxes too, because they have more than just this smell. And so you can order like a sample box and it has like 6 samples in it, and they're little 1-ounce candles, and then you can try 6 different smells. So I mean, Mama's Kitchen is just the one that like I love and I wanted to carry. So that we ordered just the one. So yeah, you can check it out there too. The next question on that video is from Anna, and she had said, I love the lamp. Your style is giving Peter Rabbit Gardens and I'm obsessed. That's what I'm working towards as well. Do you keep the plant tags or garden journal? I love that you called it Peter Rabbit because that was actually one of my styles for my bedroom when I was a little kid, and I still have a Peter Rabbit stuffed animal, and so it was one of my favorites. So thank you. That is something that I absolutely love, is Peter Rabbit, my favorite. And I do keep all of the plant tags for perennials, and Brent and I were just talking about this yesterday, and I just keep them in a bucket. So I have a plant can and it's full of all of my plant tags. And then we're gonna start keeping all of the annuals also, just because I do plan to bring on a ton of annuals. And then at the end of the year, we can kind of go through which ones were our favorite and get rid of the ones that, you know, obviously die off because they're annuals, and then keep the plant tags that we do like so we can repurchase those. But I do keep all of the perennials, and I do think it'll be a really good thing that I'm keeping them, because when we do move in the next couple years, I can just hand those tags off to the next owner and they can see exactly what's growing on this property. The next video. We are also running out of daylight, so I'm trying to hurry up. So the next video that we did was standing concrete for a second life and planting meadow rue. And the meadow rue is actually growing, which is so exciting. I can see lots of new growth coming from it. And we still haven't had any mole or gopher activity in that area because of those little like buzzer things. I did see a little bit in the aviary though, but that ground is so soft right there, so I think that they really like it. Plus there's a lot of like seeds that fall down, so I think that there also might be a ton of worms in that area. The first question on that video is from Heidi, and she had said, hi Robbie, you have mentioned spider mites on several occasions. Do you give overall spray to your infested plants with water in the AM? Our climate is so dry, you don't need to worry about fungal issues from overhead watering. I'm in Zone 9A, Sonoma County. I spray my plants when it's hot and fortunately don't have many aphids or spider mites. I really need to be better about that next year. That is something that I have to be better about, is like coming out daily and giving everything a quick spray, because we are so dry here and spider mites love hot. They love dry, they love dusty. And that is exactly what we are. So next year, remind me to be on that, because I just found our limelight hydrangea that I'm saving some blooms off of it. It was covered in spider mites, and I didn't realize because it's at the very back of a bed. We did spray that with the 3-in-1 BioAdvance, which is also what we have used on a couple other occasions, and that solves the issue immediately. It is not a organic problem. It's not an organic fix though, and so we spray that at the very end of the day at dusk, so that way it's not affecting any of the pollinators. The next question on that video is from Poem, and they had said, can you dilute the stain before applying, or load your paintbrush with water before applying the stain? Maybe wet the stone pedestal before applying to avoid absorbing too much color. And I think that is a great idea. Any of those options I think would work beautifully. Diluting it, maybe doing like half stain, half water, or even spraying down the pedestal first so it absorbs some water so it doesn't take on so much stain. I think maybe diluting it might be the best option, but I mean, either way it works great. So I would definitely dilute though, definitely dilute it. And the last question on that video was from Denise, and she had said, great project with the pedestal. I've been researching how to stain concrete and everything I found was really complicated. Yours worked great. Do you have all the proven winners plants in, or still more to go? Well, what happened was more showed up. So I was down to 4 plants, a penstemon, pennisetum. I was down to something. I ordered, I think it's penstemon. I ordered a penstemon because I get penstemon and pennisetum confused. I can never remember which one is which. And somebody else had sent me a clip of Laura also not remembering which one was which on a garden tour she did, and I felt so seen. I was like, oh, if Laura's doing it, then it's okay. So I ordered some of those so that way maybe I can, like, once I plant it, I've grown penstemon, I've never grown pennisetum. It could be flip-flopped. I've grown the grass, I've not grown the plant, and my thought was if I grow the plant, then I should maybe remember it. I don't know. I see a budworm over there. Dang it. Okay, and the next video that we did was planting a small kale hedge, fall planting, and the small kale hedge is so cute. I did just sprinkle it with some of the Bonide Slug Bug killer because I was seeing a little bit of slug damage, and I knew I would see some slug damage or pincher bug damage on there. I just was being optimistic, and that was dumb of me, so I started to see some damage on there, so I did sprinkle it, and it has totally disappeared. I love that stuff. I will use pretty much an entire big bottle of it throughout the year because they attack my hostas and they attack kale. They're attacking my lambs here. They attack a lot of things on my property, and so I do go through quite a bit of that, and I do think that it is worth it. I buy the big bottle, and I think it's like $38 or something like that. I'll link that in the description down below too. If you deal with slugs, pincher bugs, or snails, highly recommend it. The first question on that video was from Micker Snoopy, and they had said, hi Robbie, kale looks beautiful. I can see the fountain. Maybe you mentioned it before, but I have to ask, where did you buy the raven? Is it a separate piece from the fountain? I really like it. It is a separate piece. It's from Campania, or Campania, or however you say it. I got it at Magnolia. That's where I got it from in Chico. And if your local garden center carries the Campania line, I would just ask them if you can go through their catalog and see which pieces you want to order. I think it was like $150 or something like that for that raven. So it's kind of a pricey piece, at least to me, but it was a birthday present to myself. And I really love it. It brings me a lot of joy. So I do think it was totally worth it. The next question on that video was from Darlene, and she had said, is the kale a perennial in zone 7? It is not a perennial in any zone. It's just an annual. It's just like if you were to plant a head of kale or a head of cabbage, or if you were to plant a kale plant in your garden, it just goes one season and then it dies off. So it's just an annual. So we're gonna grow it starting now, and we'll probably be done with it in end of January, beginning of February. So it's a winter season crop for us at least. So we get some interest in the winter time with it. So it's It's just a little annual, but it's totally worth it to me. The next question on that video was from Janetta, and she had said, where did you find the ring for clematis? I found that locally. I found that one at the plant barn like 3 years ago, and it's actually called a peony ring. And I was like, wait, this works beautifully for this clematis. So I have 3 of them, and 2 of them are on peonies, and 1 of them is on the clematis now. Actually, I pulled 2 of them for the clematis, so both of my clematis have them now. And they work beautifully. Just look up peony cages. I will try to link a couple that are pretty down below. I wanted something that was like simple and like nice looking. If not, if you can find somewhere that carries like metal framework, like a garden center, highly recommend asking them if they can carry some peony cages. The next question on that video was from Sherry, and she said, hi guys, hey Robbie, how's your driveway espalier doing? Love your videos. It is amazing. Brent and I comment on it probably multiple times a week, how it has been an amazing project that we've done. It'll be interesting to see this winter what happens with it, if it winters over very well, because it is something that, like, I think it's like zones 9B is what it's rated for. And so we will see, but it smells so good. I've got a couple of them in a container, and I've got one in the landscape. I just love that plant. It's an Arabian Jasmine, and it's doing really well. It's shot up a ton of growth. It's about halfway up the espalier now, which is really exciting. The next question on that video was from Connie, and she had said, seeing you sitting on the gravel hurts me to my core. Have you ever thought of getting a kneeling pad? Your knees have to hurt. I have definitely thought about it. I would really like to buy the one that Laura carries because it is really thick and it looks really nice. I don't know. I do this thing where I add things to a shopping cart and then I get overwhelmed and I don't check out. And then I delete the tab. So yes, I have thought about buying myself a kneeling pad. It just has never happened. I had one. I used to have one, but it was super thin. And it didn't do much, and it was just not like big enough, and so I gave up on it. The next question on that video is from Nita, and she had said, looks really great. How about a ground cover for that area? I definitely want to do a ground cover. Once that kale is done, I think I want to go in with the lemon coral sedum. I saw it at Janie's house, and I saw it at somebody else's house, and it was just spectacular. And I'm hoping that it can handle a little bit more shade, because that area, some of it gets full sun, some of it gets shade. But I think the like bright pop of the color will be so gorgeous. And the last question on that video was from Cheryl, and she had said, can you give us a fall garden tour? Your gardens are beautiful. I would love to, but my garden is so tore up right now, and I'm trying to make sure that you guys only see the pretty bits. But right here, it's all tore up, and right here, it's all tore up, and right there, it's all tore up. So it really does not look good. We're just gonna call it movie magic. And a garden tour, you guys would be like, Robbie, we are all unsubscribing. Your garden, you don't know what you're doing. It's in the middle of a transformation, and we were waiting for it to cool down. We thought we were on a cool down period, and it's been 103, and so it's not cooled down. And like our lowest temperature on the 10-day forecast is like 90 degrees right now, so we're just living day by day. Once it cools down in the 70s, then we can start working on a big project, and because we have to do everything by hand, so it's not worth it to do it when it's over 100 degrees. So I don't think we're going to be doing a garden tour the rest of the year. Maybe we'll do we're definitely going to do like a Christmas light tour. So once we get all the Christmas lights up, we will definitely be doing a tour then though. And the last video that we did was new garden bed hand pulling Bermuda grass. And it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It was a ton of work, but it was easier than I thought it was going to be. It took me a little over 2 hours, I think, to get that entire area done. And I don't think that was too bad. I still have some areas that I need to finish, and then I want to start on the metal edging in that area because I'll be able to start. And then once we get that done, then I can finally move on to another project. But it looks so good, and I'm so happy that all of that like Bermuda grass is out of that area. And I saw one thing that popped up, and it was a sedge grass. It wasn't even Bermuda grass has popped up yet. So we're still going to keep an eye on it, and I'm not going to be mulching anytime soon just because I have a ton of planting that I want to do in that area. But it'll make it so we can see as Bermuda grass pops up, because I'm sure we missed a couple pieces, but then we can just easily remove those, and then it's just a little bit of maintenance. The first question on that video was from Ashley, and she had said, pulling Bermuda grass by hand, glutton for punishment. What about using the power planter to loosen things up and then rake away the debris? I think that if we use the power planter, what that would have ended up doing was shredding it and then pushing like maybe some of those pieces down into like a hole or something like that. And so I don't think that that would be worth it. I think the shovel worked beautifully, like the spearhead spade shovel that was like sharp and it got under everything. I think that worked really well. The power planter, I feel like it might be like, it might do something like a rototiller would do, and a rototiller just kind of chops everything up and it puts it right back into it. So you want to get away from leaving little itty bitty pieces, because that's how you get tons of Bermuda grass. The next question on that video was from Peggy, and she had said, "This is such an improvement already. Question, I know nothing about Bermuda grass." You are so lucky. Is it a type that was planted by a previous owner, or is it a native grass? We have quack grass here. I don't know why such a funny name, but it is impossible to remove as it has tap roots that are feet long. Yeah, that's rough. Okay, never mind. I'll take Bermuda grass. But Bermuda grass is an invasive species of grass, and it's a weed. It came from South Africa, and it just kind of like chokes out all the other grass because it grows so aggressively. And then in the wintertime, it all turns brown. I think in like Texas, they'll plant it because it can stay really short. It's a little more water resistant. And so people will do like lawns of Bermuda grass. But I don't want a lawn of Bermuda grass. It's so ugly. It's so like rough feeling. It doesn't like feel good on the feet like normal grass does. But normal grass is also very water hungry. So I don't know. Some people plant it. I don't think that this was planted. I think this is just like, it's so invasive and it just kind of took over. The next question on that video was from JRP, and they had said, "Loving the new bed shape. Question, will you be repainting the long raised bed green to match the others in the cut flower garden?" Yes, that will get a refresh. It's gonna get a fresh coat of paint. It's gonna get some new 2x4s on the top so it like matches the other ones. But I wanna keep that bed nice and low so I can grow taller things. And we are gonna be building another bed in that area also. That's gonna be tall to match the other, but it actually might be a little bit shorter. I think I might go like one board shorter than the rest of the boards, but I still want to have it raised up a little bit. So we're still gonna add one more bed, and the other bed will, it'll get a refresh on paint, don't worry. And the last question for the week is from Callie, and she had said, "It's such a pain, but man, removing grass and creating new beds has to be one of the most satisfying things. Question, what system do you use to control your drip? Are they set up on zones?" Our entire property is set up on zones. We are using the Rainbird right now, but I think that we're gonna switch to the Ratio. We would like to be able to control it from our phones, and Ratio does a little more. It's more in depth and does better things. So we have been using the Rainbird system, and it works fine. It's just kind of a pain. So we are going to switch to Ratio because it is a better system. And so that is our plan. Everything is set up on different zones. We have 4 zones on our property. We have the front yard, the left side, and the right side, and then we have an open zone, right? I have to look at him because he does the irrigation stuff. So yes, we have 4 zones, and our irrigation is set to go off 2 times a day. I think it goes off 30 minutes, and then as we get colder, we will shut that down. It'll probably go off once a day for maybe 30 minutes, and then it'll eventually go every other day. But the Rainbird system is in the basement, so we have to go into the basement every single time, which is a total pain. So that's why we want to switch to Ratio, and I'm going to work through this train, and I'm sorry you guys are going to hear this. We want to switch to Ratio so we can control it all from our phone, and it's not a big deal. So I highly recommend getting irrigation set up on your property. It is such a pain, and I could not do a video justice or do you guys justice by doing an irrigation video, especially from like main line all the way to where your irrigation runs. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it where it makes sense. So I won't be doing one of those, I'm sorry. So I could do a video though showing you guys the Ratio and us installing the Ratio and how we set up zones and all of that. We're probably not gonna do that until this winter time with switch over. But I feel like I would be doing a total disservice if I showed you guys how to do it from the main line. Maybe when we get a new property, but realistically, your best bet is just to hire somebody. It's expensive, but it's totally worth it. Our plants have thrived since everything was on irrigation. Brent did all of our irrigation, and it was he has a wealth of knowledge about those kinds of things. He grew up on a farm, and it was kind of figure it out or don't come home. So he figured these things out, and he kind of knew what he was doing. So I'm sorry, I just can't help with irrigation too much. And with that, I think that that is going to be the end of the video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I always enjoy doing the Q&As. It seems like you guys enjoy them. And I will give you guys an update next week on how my trip down there went. And I mean, if you guys don't see a video, then I'll give you an update. But there's a good chance that a video will come out, and it'll just be more vlog style. It's not going to be anything garden related. It's just going to be hanging out with me. We're going to fly down to LA, and it should be a good time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for visiting our garden. Check out our website. Check out the Power Planter website. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.